Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. This is the second part of the Crouch family vacation, and this is going to cover our journey into the Ochoco Mountains in central Oregon. From this point we're leaving Lapine, let me pronounce that correctly, and we're heading northeast, essentially. And we end up east of Prineville. And I'm going to throw a map up on the screen here. I had gotten a notification from recreation.gov that the main road into Walton Lake, starting just after the 4th of July, was closed for repaving. So they had an alternate route that required you to go on to a gravel road. I noticed was still there when we left, so I went ahead and went this way. Okay, our adventure is now half over. We're going to pull out of here in a few hours, head up to Walton Lake. And I'm a little apprehensive about that because there was I believe it was a root rot that was spreading through the western larch and Doug fir, if I'm remembering correctly, up there. And the last few years that we had been there have been a lot of warning signs up about falling trees and all of that. Well, since then they've completed a cleanup project. I mean, the hardcore environmentalists framed it as, just a way to get around logging regulations. I fall somewhere in the middle on that. If trees are going to come down anyway, we might as well salvage them. That's my opinion. But some of the pictures that I've seen, it looks like I may not recognize parts of the perimeter of that campground. So we'll see as we get up there. It's a couple-hour drive. We still have some stuff to break down here in camp. And yeah, we'll get on the road. So this is just probably my least favorite part of the drive. We're tootling through Bend, Oregon. This is the expressway of Highway 97. I will say they've done a pretty good job of getting this moving again. The north end of town had been a real pain in the neck with traffic backups, and even though we were cruising through here on a Sunday, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. But again, this is probably my least favorite part of the journey, right through here. Now we're switching over. We have gotten through Redmond, and we are now heading east on Highway 26. That is out of town, and that is headed towards the direction that I want to go. Very much enjoy getting out of the Bend area. Here's a reminder of the route we're taking. The one on the left is normal. The one on the right is the modified. You just stay on 26 a bit longer. And you get off on this gravel road. And quite frankly, it wasn't that bad. It's obvious they had thrown some rock down and graded the road, but it's slow travel. Even though it only added a few miles to the overall trip, it does add 10 to 15 minutes overall, because I'm not the kind of person who will bounce down a gravel road at 100 miles an hour, especially towing the trailer. 20, 23, 24 miles an hour is about it. I'm not into jiggle banging and destroying my stuff. So we're basically heading east, and then we'll drop south a tiny bit. This road is circuitous. It winds through there. I'm glad that I have a forest map that very, very well details all of this sort of stuff. Because I like going on these back roads. My wife does too. We like exploring, and these old roads are a really neat way to explore and just see stuff, including wildlife, that you wouldn't see if you stay on the main drag, so to speak. The downside, man, is it dusty. They have the road open.
Oh my god.
Because that guy just went that way. This is where it would have been blocked.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, that was an unnecessary detour, as it turns out. But hey, if I had gotten all the way up there and had to turn around with the trailer and then go back down the hill and go up the pass and come in on that gravel road, I'd have been ultra irritated. So, hey, it is what it is. No big deal. No big deal at all. And we're about to go live as we go into the campground. Makes me wonder if they're done with the lower part. Holy shit, this is the mouth of the campground. Look how many trees are missing.
What was that, a fire?
No, this was their logging for
the bug kill?
Yep. I mean, this looks nothing like, oh my god.
Right.
Wow. There was a note on Facebook. Somebody said they had driven right past the entrance because they didn't recognize it. I totally can see how.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how much shade we're going to have.
Well, I think it's on this uphill side. I don't think it's on the campground side. At least I hope not. Stop down here and double check the board. Well, should be able to see it. Make sure they don't have any no campfire signs. No generators after 10, no fireworks, no big sign that says no campfire, so score.
Yep, they have their sign for firewood for sale, so.
Perfect. We might buy some, we might go cut some.
Yeah.
So they have replanted. You can see the blue flags where they've got some ponderosas there.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah. My God.
Yeah.
That just looks like a hillside outside of Coquille.
Gosh. And this is the beetle thing, right? That's
well, I think it was a root rot. You see how some of the logs where they're cut, they have that rot ring in the center?
Yeah.
That's root rot.
And what causes root rot?
It's a fungus in the soil that has always been speculated to be spread through logging equipment. I mean, I'm sure animals spread it too, but that's what they've done. They put primarily ponderosa up there because they're resistant to it. They don't get it. I guess the
so
larch.
Were these furs then?
Looks like most of them were fir, and they left all the larch seedlings. Those ones with the flat needles, those are a western larch. Okay, so the root rot was not BS. I'm going to put if I can figure this out right, there's going to be a card on the screen somewhere in here, and I'll put the link in my video description to a short video article that Central Oregon News did where they talked to folks from the Forest Service. And you guys know, I don't do politics on this channel. That's just not a thing. But I am convinced that this work probably was necessary to prevent the site from being closed or restricted the way I've seen other campgrounds in the West closed. Hammaker Campground is a great example of that. That campground closed over a decade ago because of the danger of falling trees. Okay. The Forest Service did not want to be liable if a tree smashed somebody while they were camping there. Okay, so I'm convinced that this work that was done at Walton Lake around laminated root rot disease, watch the article. I'm no expert on it, but the science is sound. All right, we're here. We've been here for a while. We had some fun down at the water. I don't know if that alternate route in was 100% necessary. I plan on talking to the camp host, but boy, did my stuff get dusty. But man, that is the view. So our dinette is popped out right there. And that is what it looks out to. I'm going to do a little fishing later. But first, that needs to turn into a pontoon boat. Some assembly required. I think it's been since 2019 that this pair of eagles has been nesting at Walton Lake. It is amazing. I didn't get as good of pictures this time around, but I've gotten some close-up shots with a good camera of one of them flying, and I'm not certain that they're still using the main nest that's off on the east side of the lake, but they're still at the lake, and they are a beautiful, majestic bird. There were some folks still down fishing this evening when I came down with the video camera, so I didn't turn the sound on. You can see me zooming through a mayfly hatch. It was amazing how many of those were hatching out. And initially when I did this, I thought there was only one bird in the tree, but clearly the mate is there as well. They are both there. I didn't bring the tripod down, that's why it's a little shaky. Sorry about that, but I was honestly afraid that as the sun was setting that they were going to go ahead and fly away, so I just wanted to capture the image. There you go. You can clearly see the two heads there. It is just amazing. It's a real treat, a real privilege, quite frankly, to be able to come to a place like this and witness this kind of wildlife and this kind of just, yeah, majestic scenery. I can't describe it any better than that. This adventure will take us to the north of Walton Lake a little bit, into part of the John Day Fossil Beds National Monument. This is the Painted Hills unit. I believe the maps show 3 total units, and we've been to 2 of them. We haven't been to, I believe, the Clarno unit. Just haven't had time when we were at the right spot. But again, today we visited the Painted Hills. It'll be very, very obvious why they are called that. On the drive back out, we spotted this hawk who was not happy about me interrupting his hunting as we drove by. These are some of the wildflowers that are possibly growing in the Painted Hills, not this time of year for most of them. And then here's an explanation of how the soil became colored the way that it is. Just figured I'd take pictures of these boards because it illustrates, you know, what's going on in the pictures to Today's morning excursion was to the John Day Fossil Beds National Monument. This is the Painted Hills unit. I really don't think I need to explain why it's called the Painted Hills unit. According to the sign, the red areas represent wetter climates, the brownish or drier, and then the whitish are just ultra-arid. If you eagle eye over in here in this rock, you'll see footprints despite all the signs saying please don't disturb these natural paleontologic, I can't pronounce it. They're saying don't screw it up. Areas that can't be recreated. So you got the Neanderthals that hike up there anyway. But this is just absolutely gorgeous out here. View from the other side. Not the only thing alive out here are a few desert flowers, that juniper. And when I see the next little daisy looking sunflower, I'll note it. Pretty amazing. Other than a few trails, one thing that lets you know people have been here for a long time, well, I'm saying long time by pioneer standards, that patch of green out there. If folks watching this aren't from the West, you may not know the fight over water rights. But in the middle of a desert like this, to be able to grow a field of alfalfa that green, they got to have a water right that dates back probably, honestly, to the 1860s, maybe 1870s. It is dry out here. We're back at camp. It is 1:30, whatever it is. Once we left the Painted Hills, we took the 45-ish mile trip down into Prineville again and hit the Bowman Museum, which is the local historical society museum. I'm telling you, in Oregon, especially rural Oregon, those museums are just, they're top notch. Can't be matched. This one didn't even have an entrance fee. So I don't know what kind of endowment they're working with, but you can be sure that we put a little something in the donation container, because you can't replace that kind of stuff. Quick interjection here. At the museum, this Homelight 600D was on display in the logging area, and I just had to get a pic of that Forest Service inspection sticker. That's cool.
What is this?
What is this? Well, a bunch of stuff to read that I don't have time to read, but I'm going to make time anyway. Ochoco Mountain Mines Historical Tour. This is something that they put on, or used to. I know there used to be a guided tour. I don't know if it's still happening or not, but what I do know is that I can look through here and figure out how to get to these places. And we've been to some of them. In fact, even right here at Walton Lake. This site was once a diversionary dam used to supply water to the mining region near Howard or Scissorville. The lake was called King's Reservoir during the mining period. So, the Isaac Walton League of America was instrumental in upgrading and repairing the site for recreational use. Essentially, that's why it is what it is now. Next one. Fire Lookouts of Oregon. I've been to a handful, and they're really neat. So that means I'm going to be to a handful more. Atlas of Oregon Wilderness. My wife spotted this. This is just a bunch of wilderness areas with maps and recreational opportunities. Yes, you can get all this stuff on your phone these days. It's not the same. Fire. Okay, I'm going to save that one for the last. Ghost towns in the Northwest. I mean, come on. Who doesn't enjoy reading about ghost towns? And if you've never tried, I encourage it. Oregon ghost town sites then and now. Early towns, military roads, early railroads, stage stations, and early forts. So it overlays the modern road system. And so what they've done is they've transcribed this onto a modern map. Now this has a copyright of 2001, so could a few things have changed? Yes. But if you read about something and then want to know how to find it, maybe on private property, might not. And the last one, Fire on the Mountain, the true story of the South Canyon fire. So one of the exhibit bays at the museum was a memorial to the 9 firefighters that lost their lives in this. And I remember hearing about this way back in, again, it was 94? Yeah. So, what would I have been, 14? Yeah, 14 when this, happened. And it was just a wildfire in Colorado, and some folks lost their lives, in the line of duty. Not the best way that you can remember and honor that is to remember. So I'm going to read this and enjoy reading it. So, it's the dog side of the dog days. Well, I don't know how I'm trying to say it. It's hot. It's really hot right now, so I'm going to chase the shade, avoid the water until this evening, and try and stay cool. Our excursion today is going to take us around the Ochoco Mountains, around Round Mountain and Lookout Mountain we're going to be going to old mines. And it's very important. The structures that we'll find will be related to the mines, but we won't be in any mine shafts. Most of those appear to have been collapsed either by the Forest Service over 40 years ago, or just through natural decay. Either way, we were not able to locate any actual mine shafts, and honestly, we didn't spend a heck of a lot of time doing it. The vast majority of what we're going to look at would have been cinnabar mercury mining, but in the 1850s, 1860s, and maybe even up into the 70s, there was some gold and silver mining, but the Ochoco Mountains were not a great producer of gold and silver. Far and away, mercury was the sought-after product. On the way to the mines, even though they don't look wild at the moment, they are. This is part of the herd that's on the Big Summit Prairie. Good looking animals. Alright, there's a lot to see out here at the Blue Ridge mine. This is the old bunkhouse. First discovered this about a decade ago, and the amount of graffiti that has occurred since then is astounding. I would love to meet some of those graffiti artists out here alone. Not certain they would all come back. Evidence of animals around here. I can't tell the difference between a horse hoof and a cow hoof, but I'm going to say those are members of the horse herd. This old building has seen better days. By now, I suspect there's nothing left of the inside. Creaky old boards. Say this was the bunkhouse. Probably was last used for anything other than vandals quite some time ago. Nope. Huh. Well, maybe you can, Katie. Yeah, somebody's kicked it open or sawed it open. Wow, that's awesome. Somebody loves Richard.
Who's Richard?
That, never mind, Lil.
Isn't it cute?
Just be careful where you walk.
There's a lot of glass.
A lot of glass, rat poop.
I think last time you didn't let us come in here.
The doors were boarded up the last time.
Or did they pick them open?
Somebody cut them open, I think.
We're not able to go upstairs, are
Nope, too many stair boards are torn out.
I could probably make it up, but
Well, I probably could too, but we're just not going to.
because it's stupid, because I don't trust this one.
God, there have been a lot of kids out here writing really stupid things.
I love Dilly.
Yeah.
Heart, I heart Dilly.
Okay. Let's not read stupid graffiti. Let's go see the rest of the mine. I believe these are parts of the old smelter assemblies. These were primarily mercury mines out here after from what I've read, after about the 1880s, the hope of gold had pretty much evaporated. People had gotten what they could get relatively easily, and they found cinnabar. Apparently mercury bonds very easily to other elements, so that became the focus out here.
Somebody said the KKK.
Oh, I don't doubt it. People are stupid. There's evidence of people from a long time ago all the way up to whenever somebody last got drunk and did that. Pretty sure they were piping water from uphill to those pieces that are down here. I'm sure there were various boilers at one time. And then there's an ore sorting shed. I have no idea how much is going to be left. We last looked at it 2 years ago. And 2 years, well, a lot can happen in that amount of time. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things everywhere we go in here. So my understanding is there were guys out here. What?
Oh, there's a wasp nest.
Alright, well just don't disturb it. Those are yellow jackets.
Yeah, she calls wasp yellow jacket. She calls yellow.
Obviously that material is newer. Off and on, I'm sure people have tried their hand at... Katie, I see a lot of collapse in that. That's concrete. Just be careful. See how that side is collapsed compared to that side? Right there. See? That's why the concrete's broken, so be careful walking on it.
I tested all the stairs. Really.
And remember that that's rodent poop over there.
A lot of it.
Yeah, so you don't want to touch it. And we don't want the rabbit near it. Yes, the pet rabbit came on this excursion.
Don't step on that.
That motor tag would give somebody an idea of how old that is. But again, galvanized plates reinforcing this. Some of this stuff isn't as old as you would think. Yeah, the old wooden chutes.
Are you gonna blur some stuff out, or?
You mean like the naughty language?
Yeah.
Probably not. We'll see. We'll see how bad it ends up being. So that obviously was the inlet.
Clap, claps. Ow. Somebody said run.
Arc flash and shock hazard. Don't know if that sticker belongs there. That might have been somebody's joke. Not sure what there would be risk of arc flash from here. Some of these buildings we run across out here have Well, there's some evidence. There's a light box up there that electricity was here at some point. But this is all water piping here. See if we can get up top here and look at the inlet chute from up above. Ah, there we go. You can see the metal pan down in there. And obviously it was covered at one point. So that brings to question, where's the mine itself? We're not 100 yards from the Blue Ridge.
Is there any poison oak?
No. Old metal. That is an old log building. A lot of debris back here.
Oh, right there.
There's the entrance, yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure the loo is on the back. We'll check it out in a minute. Round nails. Oh, wow.
There's only one writing in here.
Huh. I wonder what this housed, if it was really people.
Looks like people are tearing it down.
Yeah. It does look like some people have torn it down.
Look, there's more room.
Well, I think this wasn't... Well, I thought it was an outhouse, but now I'm rethinking that.
Looks like
There's actually concrete in there.
Is it a wood storage?
Yeah, but why would you have concrete? Huh. I don't know what the hell that was.
It kind of looks like a wood storage. Like a range.
I mean, it does.
It looks like a rain storage from 99 Nights in the Forest.
Okay. That's great.
What? We know how to survive in the woods now because of that game.
Okay.
I'm not too close to it. There's like 5. Honey, please just step back.
Well, you can't get in down here. Oh. Actually, I may have lied to you about that. That may be where the road goes. Okay. Well, then let's wait. We'll go from the roadway. This is slicker than snot. Let's check out the stuff up here first. It's a rotten tree, yeah. I don't know, with this down here and the structure up by the road, it really makes me think the mine is across the road and it was loaded down this way.
This was like some sort of...
Massive sorting facility. I mean, the middle of nowhere to have this much concrete and bar. I mean, somebody had to put some money into this, even back in the day.
Well, didn't you say that there was a mine up 200? So I wonder if it's...
So if that was the Amity mine, if the actual mine shaft was up Road 200 where we're parked up that way, truck the ore, shoot it down, that would work.
How do we get up there?
I think the path that Kit Kat is about to goat scramble up is about the best way. So,
What is it?
well, I think it's an ore chute. Like I said, I think the mine's on the other side of the road, and this was set up so that you could pull up on the road, dump your ore into this, and then shoot it down there where they probably had smelters.
It looks
it is for what it is. Old square nuts.
I want to see the main building.
Oh, you want to go in the cavern? You can carefully start hiking down to the road, the little dirt road. There's the main road right there. I'm pretty sure that's what this is.
Is there a way to get up there or no?
Oh, up on top of this? No. We're not climbing up there. There's boards that are missing. In fact, some of them, that could be some of the old chute. Like that whole support right there, a cross beam is missing.
Well, somebody was down here.
Oh yeah. No giant surprise. God, this is a lot of concrete for the middle of nowhere.
Oh wait, is this?
I would love to find one of those bricks that was complete, that had a full date on it.
Is that a bed spring?
That is a box spring.
For a bed, right?
This? No.
No, the bed spring.
I think somebody was just camped here at some point. This was not a bed. Damn, I would love to find one of those bricks complete. Well, it had a roof on it at one point. And drainage piped out of it. I don't know. See, this is fairly modern concrete because it's got the tie wires in the wall. This may be 50s or 60s. I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know what this was right here. There was an opening for a reason. There would have been something in here. So the last mine that we visited, I'm condensing footage of 2 back-to-back day visits. The text from the Historical Society, the markings on the maps that I have, including an Ochoco forest map, indicated that there should have been 2 mines very, very close to each other. But there's also a lot of missing signposts up, or signs themselves up there, whether the Forest Service has removed them or vandals. That's my personal opinion, is it's vandals. It made it impossible for us to find the final mine that we were looking for. And we were this close, so close. When I got back here and was able to use Google, again, up there was no service of any type at all, so there was no way to double check what I thought I knew. So in a couple of months, we will be moving my mother-in-law back to Bend. If bad weather has not come in and snowed this area in yet, which in October it shouldn't have, knock on wood, we'll go back and we'll find the final mine. We're at the Independent Mine, and the visitors here have been significantly less this year than the last time we were here, so the trails aren't as well established. That's what we had to hike through from the pickup, and the kids didn't want to do it, so they're missing out. Here we go. Ah, yeah. I'm gonna bet that old linoleum's got asbestos in it. Got some of the weeds out in that field. Smell like weed.
Mm-hmm.
Not as many jack wagons have been down here for graffiti.
I wonder if this had a sink in it.
I think it did.
Yes, bed frame.
Yeah. Other than where there's stuff missing, the roof actually doesn't look like it's leaking on this thing that much.
This is where the stove would have been.
I think they had... Yeah. Was there 2 stoves? Yeah, there might have been a stove there too. Oop. Oh, the camera just... Whoa. It just totally tripped out.
Some zooming in for...
Focus went completely bonkers. Oh, there it goes. Something about the 3 different sources of light, I guess.
Or the butterfly that's further in front of it.
Yeah, maybe a spastic butterfly. Alright, well, here's our next trail.
You found it?
Yeah, out the back door, or the front door, whichever this was. I think we're going to take the high road.
What do you think these berries are? Do you have any idea?
I don't have a clue what those berries are, but I'll bet they're the berries you find in bear shit.
I was thinking so, yeah.
That's my best guess. Although I'll bet if you look in the textbooks, there's not a bear shit berries listed. One of the best preserved facilities in the whole site. The pink his and hers outhouse. Other than listing backwards a little bit, almost looks like it's open for business. I'm not going to test that theory. I believe that was an ore processing area. We'll go check it out. Much worse shape than the last time we saw it.
I think the roof had collapsed.
It hadn't. I actually thought we had been able to get into a portion of it last time. It was part of an old bed frame sticking out. Pretty impossible to tell what was going on in there at this point. But somebody has been here recently doing something. That is...
Plastic?
It is. That's poly pipe. I wonder if they were trying to pull water from the little creek. There's a door on the back side we can still peek in. Assuming that deck.
Some more plastic, right?
Yeah. That's funny. And part of a roof right in the way. Hope there's not a badger living in here. There was a sink there.
Was there?
Yep. The bigger pipe was the drain pipe. And this is the one that they had brought electricity into at one point. There's wire. Red, yellow, and black. Or red, white, and black.
That's crazy.
I feel like we went up that trail and there was nothing there the last time.
Was anything up there?
At least nothing that we found. Yeah, that's that tin building tucked away. Somebody nailed roofing paper to the front of this one. That's funny. This has a breaker box in it that's going to be completely gutted out.
When do you think that the mine?
Well, I'll have to look at the... There were probably guys up here into the 80s. Somebody bought it, I thought. I mean, there's the old...
Stove?
Yeah. Was this the cookhouse? Looks like it might have been at the end. But yeah, there was an overhead power drop came in. God knows from where.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of the most vintage structures up here. That had been the front door. But they're round nails, which puts them in the 20th century, basically. I still stand by what I said. This is the most vintage. When are they not complaining?
Right.
All right, this would be the ore processing area. I don't know if the old cables were part of a track and pulley system. If they used an overhead car, I have no idea. Kind of guessing maybe overhead. Oh, that's possible. So this ore chute is better preserved than the Blue Ridge or Blue Mountain mine. Not out here, but that's the natural form of it there. And this building is actually together pretty well, but you can see the electrical conduit and the wire through it too. Middle part of that building is completely collapsed, and I don't know if it was the last time we were here.
Some of that metal looks smooth though.
I know.
Like, you can see the rocks on this side, but
Right. Well, I guess that's a Google search, how long it takes galvanized metal to rust. Oh, check that out. Not the graffiti, but the old logo. Almost looks like it's backwards. It is. It got applied upside down, or
oh,
it's actually completely inverted.
shoot.
Make my head hurt trying to decipher it. Oh man, yeah, this portion is just done. But it's the same stepped design that was there at Blue. And you get to the bottom, and I guess whatever water they had extra, they shot back down to the creek, I guess. That's what it looks like. Yeah, piped water again. This is pipe in the ground. I don't know, focus. I believe that's a smelter, I think. I believe that would have been the way to extract the mercury. That tire's been there long enough for those trees to grow through the center of it. There's There's the creek down there. That is the end of the mining operation. Do you get to mud?
Oh, no, I didn't get to mud, but I feel like we've crossed it. We've seen it before.
No, I don't think we need to cross it. Yeah, that's the creek winding its way down. Huh. All right. I don't know where 12 days and 12 nights went, but here we are. It's Friday morning, 6:39. Kids are taking down their tent. Most everything's packed up, ready to go. You know, it's funny. This is the campground. This is the site that my dad and I came to for the better part of 11 or 12 years to fish up here. And sitting around this very campfire, we speculated about how scientifically time is a constant, but through human perception, it's anything but. Because you think about something that you want, and it takes forever to get there. And then when you do finally get whatever that is, say a fishing trip, a vacation, in an instant, it manages to vanish. It's kind of interesting. So, yeah, it's been a good trip. The kids are excited. That's why they're up this early. They're ready to get home. I guess I sort of understand it, but sort of not. I'd rather stay out here for another 2 weeks, but it's been a good trip. We've done a lot of really neat stuff. When I go through all this footage, there's some editing in there. There's a lot of stuff. So hopefully been entertaining as you guys have joined us on a Crouch family vacation. Catch you on the next one.